Welcome back, everybody, to DPAD's Daily, episode number 5. Thank you so much for all your support and love. I feel like I'm getting better every video I make, thanks to all of your tips and tricks that you guys share in your comments. So I really appreciate that. Today is Tuesday, the coldest day out of this cold spell here that we have. But my day is looking pretty packed. I have to head to site and meet with our installation supervisor just to kind of go over, do a QC walkthrough. And I'm going to actually ask him a few questions that you guys asked in the comments and get an answer from the expert. I figured that's the best rather than it come from me, if it comes from somebody who's in that industry fully. So that's what I'll be doing. Another thing I'm going to be covering is when the temperature differences, like in our house right now, it's probably like 20-21 degrees, and outside if it's minus 40. A lot of times what we find in our homes, around the windows, around the doors, we sometimes find frost buildup. We see moisture on the inside of the windows. In the washroom, sometimes we see stains on the wall or the ceiling because of moisture. And I'm going to share why that happens. It's one of the most common mistakes most homeowners do, including myself. Even though I'm in this industry, we still don't get the humidity in the house correct. And it's mainly because when it gets so cold, it is really dry. And to prevent that dryness, we increase the humidity in the entire house, which actually ends up hurting your home. I'm actually going out of town tomorrow with my wife. She has a couple of days off because of the holidays. Take her out of town, you relax, eat some good food so she can come back refreshed and ready to work in the new year. But before I go, I actually have a helper who's coming to site tomorrow when I'm not here to help me out with some stuff on site. So I'll be making a list of items for him to complete. So we get this humidity issue in our bedroom and bathroom probably the most out of any other place in the house. You can see there's moisture on the inside. If I touch it, it's actually water on the inside. I don't know if you can kind of see it even here. There's moisture on the inside. In fact, this side's even worse here. Hey, Mickey. This side's even worse. There's actually water pooling on the inside. And there's even ice built up in that corner. With that being said, this is a pretty, it's a full-sized window in our reading nook. Look at this window in the washroom here. Like wow. So all those areas that I just showed you with the moisture built up, the ice built up on the inside, that's usually a good tell that your humidity levels are not in check in your house. So what can you do when that happens? First step would be, if you have an HRV venting system, you want to make sure that it's always running at all times in the winter months. That it's bringing in new air and expelling all the moist, stale air from the house, so that the moist air does not get a chance to meet with that cold air from outside and become frost or ice. Second is your humidity levels. Usually you have some sort of I guess like a thermostat in a way that tells you what percentage you want your humidity to be at in the house, which is based on the temperature it is outside. Based on this article that we have from our warranty guys, this is how you should control your humidity inside the house based on the temperature. So right now it's definitely below minus 28 degrees. So our humidity levels should not be over 15%. I'm going to show you guys what ours is at right now. I won't be surprised if ours is higher. So this is our furnace room. That's our hot water tank, our furnace here. And as you can see above, there is a humidity controller. And as you can tell, I was right. We do need to change ours. Ours is at 25. So I'll just turn that, make it even a little bit less than 15. A couple other settings that I'm going to do is this one, just I'm going to make sure the fan is staying on in the house, 2 hours. And then this is our fresh fresh air ventilation system controller. So as you can see, the arrow going from one side to the other, that just means that fresh air is coming from the outside and the stale air is leaving. So that is perfect, and this should always be on during the winter months. It's so important. This article by the warranty company also advises us in your kitchen and in your bathrooms, you should run the vent fans on for not just while you're cooking or showering, but actually 60 minutes after you're done. So it gives enough time to push that stale air out and bring in fresh air. Another thing that they ask you to do for regular maintenance is make sure you've changed your furnace filters, raise your blinds in the morning. So clearly behind me I have the blinds down, so I should probably raise them. Not cover any of the heating vents with any furniture. You want to make sure that the air is flowing freely in the house. So that's the biggest key that we can take away in maintaining the humidity levels in your house. So there it is. So I also wasn't doing it right. I've now opened the blinds. Let's see if that works. Even in the washroom, I'm gonna go open these ones. I mean, you don't wanna, well, obviously close it if you're using the washroom, because it'll peek right into our shower. But yeah, no, it's, let's see if this one works. I've reduced the humidity levels in the mechanical room. I've opened the blinds, hoping that these little trips at least make it better, because we do get extreme temperatures here where these things might not completely prevent it, but at least might make your home feel a little healthier. I'm now headed to site to go meet with Shawn from EGM, but before that, I have to show you guys the jacket that I promised. There it is. Let's take it out. Super puff. It's from this brand called TNA. Look at this, 700 plus fill power, super warm, RDS certified, weatherproof. It's just the whole thing. So as you can see, this one's good for down to minus 30 degrees. Removable hood, nice pockets, soft feel. It definitely feels soft. Good thing, machine washable. Yeah, needs to wash it. Like I said, 700 plus goose down fill, which is supposed to be one of the highest ones. Like a lot of the other warm jackets that we were looking at earlier, like in Sport Check, for example, it was only 550. So this is even warmer. I'll show you guys how it looks. So there you have it. I look like the Michelin Man. It looks pretty cool. I want to show you guys, once I'm outside, if it's keeping me warm. It's minus 35. Perfect day to try this out. So here I'm on site now. It's quite cold. It's minus 24 with wind chill. It's about minus 32. I have the brand new jacket on. I'm gonna put it to test today. I have no other layers inside, so this is it that's protecting me. So I'm gonna put my gloves on, get out there. From EGM Drywall, Shawn is here, who's going to help me answer some questions. I'll ask him for your entertainment about insulation and the plastic that they wrap around it, the difference between spray foam and the batt insulation. How can you add soundproofing? Before we go bug Shawn, let's see what's happening around site. We got this new ramp. It's a metal ramp, much safer access. On this side, we gotta watch my step. Can't see the lumber and everything that's hidden under the snow. There's these tarps which are holding the heat inside. As you can see, staying nice and warm. Let's go take a look around this. Look at that, we have the siders on site. I can't believe it. It's minus 30 and they're working. It looks like they have a little tarp in play. Oh yeah. Let's see what they're doing behind. Nice. Looking good. Yeah. We have guys working here. They're deciding on a heater of their own. They're staying warm in there. I'm not gonna bug them too much right now. They're doing their own thing.
I'm so glad to see that they're working right now. So these guys actually started using this duct of ours to give them some more heat, but that doesn't work for us. That's nicely placed back in place. They took the heat out of here, and they were using it for their tarps inside there. That made the house a literal ice box. So I had to ask them to put the duct back into the basement so the house can start heating up. Let's go see what Shawn has to say. Shawn from EGM Drywall, he's been a great support of me. He's taught me a lot of things since I've started. So Shawn, I'm going to bug you with a couple of questions. If you can tell us what you have in the walls here, like, you know it's insulation, but if you can tell me a little bit.
This house is spec'd with an R20 bad insulation, certainty bad insulation with a 6 mil vapor barrier over top, and 2 pound spray foam rim joist.
Okay, so this is the vapor barrier, right? The plastic.
Yeah.
So what purpose does this plastic play? Like vapor barrier, I understand that.
The vapor barrier actually stops the cold vapor from coming in.
Okay.
The insulation, it's a thermal resistance, so the higher the number, the higher the thermal resistance.
Right.
And then the vapor barrier actually stops the vapor from coming through.
Coming through. Okay, that makes sense. Now, I see that up here in the joist space, in the rim joist, right? That's the spray foam at the back.
Yeah.
You can see it up here all around. So what's the difference between the spray foam and this matte insulation?
Spray foam gives you a continuous perfect seal. There's no chance of it's a lot higher seal. We've used bad insulation for years. It's still a very proven product. Still gets used a lot. Not every house has it.
Right.
It's a higher expense, but it gives you a better. That tends to be the weakest point.
Right.
On a house. For
cold air to, or for a heat loss to leave, or cold to come in.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's where usually the most of your penetrations are.
Does anybody do spray foam in the walls? Like, have you ever done that here?
Yes, there's still some guys that do full spray foam houses.
Okay.
We've done a few, but it's a very high expense, so it's usually saved for the really high custom
right
homes.
In the ceiling space, we don't put any insulation or anything. It'll just be drywall. How do you find that, like, let's say somebody's walking upstairs, in terms of sound reduction? Like, is there too much noise?
With just drywall, you're gonna hear something.
Right.
I mean, depending on whether you're using it for a sound room or whether you're using it for your entertainment area.
Right.
There's tons of different options. You can go from half-pound spray foam to res bars to double layer drywall, rock salt, fiberglass. All depends on what you want to spend.
What you want to spend, exactly. That makes sense. You're in charge of this house basically for the next 3 to 4 weeks, starting from installation all the way until you're done prime and texture.
Yeah.
What do you have on the go next, maybe in the next week's time or so? Can you tell us a little bit?
We'll drywall next week. Then the drywallers will be here probably for about a week.
Okay.
Tapers probably 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. They'll need lots of heat. You can usually get away with, +5, +6 for boarding, but for taping you need back up to room temperature, and once you start taping it's got to stay at room temperature until the house is finished.
No, perfect. With you on this, you on our projects, I'm never worried. Shawn always keeps everything in check and it's very organized. So thank you so much for being here. Are you okay being on our YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think so. I'm okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So there you have it, from the expert himself. Shawn's been in the industry for many, many years. Ever since I've started, I've only worked with Shawn, so he definitely knows his stuff. Boy, this house is not warming up at all. If it stays this cold, we won't be able to do any work really. We can't get the drywallers here to start boarding. We can't do the taping. So we're trying to work out a strategy on how we can start heating up this home, get it to somewhat close to at least +5, +10, to have the guys come in here and be able to work. With the wind mixing with the cold weather, it's going to be so freezing cold outside. I'm not looking forward to filling up gas right now, but I have to as I'm running so low. So here I am to fill up gas before we head out of town tomorrow. I plan to go to Calgary, which is about 3 hours from here, and as you can see, the wind with my hair moving, it is really, really cold.
But yeah, as you can see, it's already dark. I had to stop by another place before coming to fill up gas here.
Back in my office now, pretty much end of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed all the information I've shared in this video, especially the one about the humidity controls. If you live in a cold climate, it could be particularly important. Also, wasn't Shawn just great from EGM Drywall in explaining all the different aspects of insulation, the differences and the importance of it. He's just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to insulation, drywall. He's been working in the industry for so long, and if you guys liked this kind of information, if you guys want me to talk to my trades guys and get them to do these kind of parts, let me know. You know, you guys have been just so great at watching all the videos, liking them and leaving me comments. I really appreciate you guys so much. I just hope I can continue to entertain you guys and keep you guys engaged with us and help me build the DPAD Homes community. If you are new and watching this video or any of our videos for the first time and haven't subscribed yet, I would really highly request you to do so. This would be a good time as I'm just getting started with new content, new ideas. Keep pouring your love on me so I can continue working hard. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below with some feedback if you saw a thing or two that I can improve on, or if I missed something that you want me to cover next time. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more regular content. This is just the beginning. Thank you.